Hello, Jim Lurkey, safety message for the week. Back injury prevention. When the email, is off of a website, and again, you'll see the written portion. But back injuries on the job is very common occurrence. When they're lifting projects, other tasks at hand, almost impossible prevented 100% of the time. It is recorded that over 1 million workers over a year's time span suffer from some type of a back injury. So that means back injury prevention is critical. For every 5 incidents that happen in a workplace, one of those is said to be a back injury. Workers' comp claims made up largely of back injury claims each year, but there are rules and regulations that can put into action to help us protect the safety of everyone. How does an employee injure their back? There are many instances when at working that we can get injured, and especially injure your back. Even the simplest of tasks, can pose a threat of an injury. That's why there are things such as insurance and regulations and workers' compensation. Some of the most common ways people endure a back injury on the job are the following: continually lifting on the job, not bending at the knees when we lift, trying to lift an item alone that's simply too heavy, stepping wrong while carrying an item, twisting wrong while lifting an item. There are just some of the many ways that back injuries can and do occur. There are numerous ways that back injuries can happen, so it's important to be aware of the task that we are being done. Read on to learn how back injury prevention, safety tips and recommendations to use on the job. Safety while lifting. First, lifting boxes and different items may not be able to be avoided during your job. When you do need to lift and move items, you should do so with great caution in order to avoid an injury while doing so. Some of the ways you can do that are: be aware and be sure you're cautious, and make sure you're aware of the risk at hand before we lift. Do your job with caution and knowledge in doing it the correct way. Take a break if you need to, and if you've been lifting for a while, as you're getting tired, or you're more likely to be injured. As you get tired, you're more likely, when you're feeling weak, I might add you should take a break or so you can resume to feel better. Posture. Using the correct posture when lifting is the number one key to avoiding an injury. Stooping and twisting will only result in a possible injury. Use your knees and not your back, when lifting on the job. Preventing injuries. Getting hurt on a job can pose an issue for you in the workplace. Trying to find the necessary steps to help and minimize the risk is the key to keeping things running smoothly. It is the best interest of everyone involved to have the right back injury prevention guidelines set in place. In the workplace, there are some of the things that can be put in place to help protect employees and the company. By doing so, everything can help prevent an injury for the better. Guidelines are set into place and followed by all the employees while working. We wear our personal protective equipment. We eliminate unnecessary lifting. Instead of manual lifting, we get a lift truck. Guidelines. What is our guidelines? Are we lifting 50 pounds, 100 pounds? Whatever that guideline is, we should follow that. If ever possible, we should engineer with engineering controls and engineer it out. What happens if you get hurt? No matter what the situation, we should always make certain that we are reporting it immediately. And make sure that we notify the former person in charge on what just happened, so we write up the report. That's my safety message. Make good choices, and please be safe.